back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing the Wii U port that's made its way to the other next-gen consoles. That's right, I'm talking about Zombie, the game where you have to scavenge, survive, and find out the crazy reasoning behind this outbreak. So I hope you guys have your cricket bats and shotguns ready, so let's get started. That's right folks, the game that was originally only available to the Wii U is now available to the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Also set at the price of $20, Zombie eerily sets his way onto these consoles with this story of Victorian-era scientists predicting an outbreak happening many years ago. You being a random survivor get noticed by a man named the Prepper who helps manage and survive during this time of the zombie apocalypse. It's up to you who you befriend, help, and survive with during this time of insanity and trials of endurance. Zombie isn't also just a single player experience by any means. With its competitive and social leaderboards, they give you a chance to be better than the next person trying to survive the apocalypse. With this survival scores playing a role in how people interact with each other, Zombie lets you know who's the best survivor amongst you all. With this survival scores being for the normal and hardcore game modes, Zombie lets you know if you're the ultimate survivor of this apocalypse by what you do, how you survive, and how many zombies you kill, or if you're just coasting by doing minimal things or not. Zombie also isn't your typical arcade-like zombie experience for most zombie games. It takes itself seriously, or at least tries to. The dark areas, the type of zombies that can come at you, how many that'll come at you at once, the nailing barricades, items being scarce, health packs and bullets making a rarity on the scene, having to avoid and dodge fights and having to sidestep your battles by how well it scales up. Zombie attempts to set itself serious for breaking the mold of other zombie games that are usually arcadey and playful that come out, and keeps it at a dark and creepy horror aspect as well. Now see, I can go on and on forever about what Zombie brings to the table, but then I'd be spoiling my review and there'd be no points to my pros and cons. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the pros. The story in Zombie is actually pretty solid. You're the survivor trying to find a way out, or at least a cure, and you meet these people along the way. People that'll help, going crazy, or at least downright wanting to kill you. Zombie sets the standard in the characters and shows you who's really good and who's really evil and who does what and what they're really looking for along the way throughout the game. It's a story that'll have you go wow or damn a few times through. It has its twists and turns throughout the story and a few moments that's just pure awesome. It's a definite pro for me. Another pro about Zombie is definitely the atmosphere. It's dark, creepy, and immerses you to the point where it's just downright fearful to make that next step or turn that corner and go through that great system. Zombie does an amazing job of making this atmosphere very terrifying. It makes you question your next move and how you really want to take things in a perspective. It's moments where everything can be quiet and a zombie can lunge after you. It's a very spine-chilling, heart-pounding moments with Zombie because anything can lurk around that corner. It's definitely a pro for me. Another pro for me is the enemies of Zombie. From the common infected to the special infected, you have enemies for days in this game. From the very common infected who appear anywhere to the special ones. From the speaker zombies whose loud noise will bring any zombie or horde around, to the acid spitting zombie who can kill you from long range, or the lightning zombie who can teleport and reappear, attack you quickly as possible and kill you in majorly 2 to 4 hits possible. Zombie does a great job of mixing it up enemy wise. It's a definite pro for me. My last and final pro for Zombie is that there's a sense of realism in this game. Zombie reminds you that you aren't superhuman and have immortality in this game and can walk off zombie bites and attacks as easily as possible and just become an ultra killing machine. Zombie reminds you that you're human just like the rest of the world and you can really die just like any other common human in the zombie universe. That you can't just get bit, walk it off and continue going. And that is a definite pro for me. Now, I never played the Wii U version of Zombie because I don't own a Wii U, but I did some research and noticed that there's a lot of differences between the Wii U version and the ported version of Zombie. Also, upon my playthrough, I noticed that there's some bugs and glitches that they never actually patched from the Wii U version to our version. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the cons. My first con is the lack of content in Zombie. As I said earlier, the Wii U version of Zombie had some differences, like online functionalities and such where you can find an infected survivor or can leave bloodstained messages on the wall for the next player to find in their portion of the campaign and other various playthroughs. But the ported version of Zombie doesn't have these capabilities or even have an online function besides leaderboards. It's not a bad thing for only story, but to have it cut out of the ported versions altogether is kind of bad. This is a definite con for me. My next con is that the port of Zombie is filled with some pretty bad bugs and glitches. The pepper pad flickers on and off and doesn't hold a steady light. Zombie bodies will hold in midair sometimes, and there's a few fatal game-breaking glitches. Like near the end, if you die, you'll get locked out of your fast travel system completely and have to unlock them all over again. Quest items can't get picked up, but there's certain weapons and things will be forever gone on an infected survivor sometimes. The port has some pretty bad glitches to the point where it can almost stop a playthrough in its entirety, and that's a definite con for me. My last and final con for Zombie is that there's a lack of weapons throughout the game. On my playthrough, I found majority of the guns but none of the other melee weapons, and I made sure to double back and check everywhere completely. And I went through the game entirely with just the cricket bat that you get from the beginning. For a game such as Zombies, there should have been some available weapons like axes, golf clubs, and hammers, and anything else as the playthrough progressed. The lack of melee weapons was a bad idea. It's a definite con for me. But all in all, Zombie isn't a bad game by any means. The story is solid, the atmosphere is dark and creepy, the enemies will have you on your toes 24/7. The sense of realism that Zombie brings will have you playing cautious and carefully, but be wary of the bugs and glitches and potential game-breaking bugs that Zombie has, the lack of content that you'll have, and the limited weapons you'll have throughout playing it. But with that being said, I'll be giving Zombie a 3 out of 5. Alright guys, that concludes my Zombie review. Stay tuned because I'm almost finished with my rare replay review and I'll be posting that soon enough, so stay tuned for that. Also, I might be streaming Metal Gear Solid 5 or The Walking Dead Season 1 and 2 tonight, so I'll put my link in the description box below where you can follow me on Twitch. Also, if you have a Twitter, I'll put my Twitter in the link description box below where you can follow me as well. I'd like to give a big shout out and a special thank you for everybody who watched this video today. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button for me, please. If you're a returning customer, hit that like button for me, please. So until next time, guys, we'll tune in, turn up, and throw down. I'm out.